Hey everybody, today we're going to be checking out a little bit of Blades of Fire. This is a game that I believe comes out today on PS5, Xbox Series consoles, and the Epic Game Store for PC. And yeah, it's a game about making weapons and then smacking people around with them. So to that end, I wanted to show you the weapon forging first. And yeah, I know this scene's just kind of cool with the big guy up there. But yeah, so we'll take a quick look at this. Since this is a pretty big part of the game, I think it's what sets it apart from other sort of... I don't know if I would call this like a true RPG. It's, you know, like an action game, more or less. Yeah, so we got a few different weapons we can make. These are ones that I haven't unlocked with the 1 out of 5 or whatever. You got to kill enemies to unlock some types of weapons, I guess, or maybe all types of weapons. And I just haven't unlocked that many yet. I haven't played that far into the game. Let's go ahead and we'll try making a sword here. And oh yeah, just for full transparency, I have a copy of this game a little bit early because I asked 505 for a key for the game, and they kindly obliged to play it on the PS5 here. Just a regular PS5, not the Pro or anything. Yeah, so you can see that like swords have, you know, slashing and piercing damage, or at least this one does, and different types of I guess pieces of the sword will have different effects on the stats. I'm not going to go through like all the stats here, but yeah, you can see like just something as simple as changing the blade length changes the balance of the weapon on the bottom right there, and then it also changes like stamina cost and dodge cost, parry and block ratings, etc. Durability could also be affected potentially. But yeah, I've already got like a kind of a longer sword, so let's make a shorter one. And then we've got different kinds of steel that we can work with when we're making a sword here. They have sort of different weightings as far as like what they're good for. So like one might be better for defense, as you can see, one for durability, and then one for laceration, which is going to be like our damage. So you start with these three. They all have their own properties and are better for different parts of a sword. But then I've also unlocked these, which require some extra resources from like enemies that I've defeated. So we'll try making like a spicy weapon here, maybe. If we want the point to be pointy, you can see up in the sort of top right there, damage piercing. Seems like we might want to go with this one here, the Sovereign Steel. It's pretty expensive as far as my resources go, but for demonstration purposes, we'll give it a try here. Now for slashing damage, it seems like maybe this Guardian Steel would be the way to go. Seems like there's really no downside to using it except for slightly less damage in some areas. So we'll do that, and then this is for the blade itself. These are grayed out now, or like red, because we don't have the resources we need for those. But sure, we can use some Warden Steel. So this would be like all the resources I've collected over the course of goofing around for like an hour or two. But it's not really that hard to come by a lot of these resources. You just kill guys. Yeah, so what are we going to do for the sword here? So this is one that I'd picked previously for like extra piercing damage. You can see the penetration stat there in the piercing. These stats do matter. We'll talk about that when we get to the combat. But it doesn't really matter here. We'll just pick... let's go with the straight fuller for this one. And then we can do a small or medium guard here. I guess I'll do... This makes it, I guess, use more stamina. But we'll try a medium guard on this one. And we will make that guard out of tenacious steel, I guess, because we don't really have enough resources to do the others. So That's fine. We can go with no pommel or regular pommel, or rather a medium pommel. So we'll do that, and then I guess Bastion Steel is a good choice here, although actually it seems like... Oh yeah, no, that's one that I don't have the resources for. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter what we make the pommel out of, I guess, in this case. So we'll go ahead and we'll start forging here. This is the cost breakdown. Alright. So, okay, this is interesting. I hadn't tried this yet. Skip the hammering process and get your new weapon with the best quality you've achieved for this forge scroll. So, I've already done max, like, quality. But I want to show you the actual hammering process here, so let's do this. I was actually really curious about that. It's really nice that they don't make you go through this once you've already, like, done the best you can do. And yeah, I can't remember if I mentioned it, but weapons will break over time. So if you're not into that, this may be a bit of a tough sell for you. Although, like I said, it hasn't been like a big issue. But yeah, so here we are. We're going to try and hammer the metal into this white line shape here. And to do that, we can sort of increase or decrease the spread of the strike. We can increase the strength of the strike here. And you can see how that affects things. But we can also affect the angle too. So you can see it'll push the metal up in like different spots. So if we do something like just going around like so, you can like sort of slowly push this steel out a bit. Maybe we want to reduce our spice a little bit on this now. And then, yeah, maybe a little bit like that. You can see that last star there, 12 hits. Like, I think that's how many hits you get to actually get to max quality. So, yeah, and then you can also, like, reheat it, I think, to smooth things out again if you need to. Just not really something that I've had to do just yet, but good to know that it's there, I guess. I think probably want to do, like, a little bit of that. And then what do you think? Maybe straighten out the hammer a bit here. And, yeah, widen it out a bit. We're almost at max quality anyway, but it's probably fine. There we go. So, perhaps other weapons will be more challenging to get to max quality with. I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's the gist. If we wanted to make a different kind of weapon, like a polearm, we would use some wood. And yeah, the quality affects how many times you can repair the weapon. I think you can reforge weapons as well, once they've broken. So that's also something maybe we can explore if we can get one to break. And yeah, you can change the name or put in your own if you want. I'm just pushing the button to randomize the names. There you go. Kadulata, something like that. Cool, alright, yeah, so that's the gist of the forging. Like I said, you know, we can make some other weapons. Maybe we'll give that a try in a bit toward the end of the video here, but for now, we're going to go ahead and get out of here, I think. And yeah, I mean, the rest of the game is kind of just, you know, you run around, explore environments, and smack guys around with the weapons that you made. That's the gist of it. We do have, like, these anvils here. There's no stealth in the game, but if you sneak up on a guy, you do get a bit of extra damage. There you go. So I'm using a hammer that I had put together previously right now. This is like one of the first weapons that you make. Maybe even the first. And yeah, you could, the way this works is like enemies that will have like a green outline on them if your weapon will do proper damage to them. This would be a little bit hard to show off here. This is like a spear that I made. Actually, I need to go back and get the actual sword that we put together. Like, this guy's snoozing. But if I want to hit this guy in the face, like the way the buttons work is a little interesting. If I want to hit this guy in the face, I would do a high attack. Right side, left side, and low. So that's your X, square, circle, and triangle buttons, or A, B, X, Y on, you know, like an Xbox controller. And it's kind of interesting. It takes a little getting used to, but that's how you target certain body parts. The green outline indicates how effective your weapon is going to be on a certain part of the body. So in this case, we can hurt this guy pretty much no matter what. Like, I just switched to slashing stance instead here with my spear. But other enemies will need different kinds of weapons to actually harm them. There you go, just exploded this dude's head. Let's go get that sword that we made real quick. We could do that just by, like, figure out how to get back up the hill. There we go. Yeah, I just kind of cruised through this town here a little bit that was attacked. Let's see. Go to the forge, rest. Where is it? Oh, yeah, we got this, like, a map here. You can kind of see how big the world map is. I assume the white clouds are areas that you can travel to. So, I've really... I've not gotten very far. Yeah, we're just in this sort of village here, and I sort of unlocked this area as well. But what I'm looking for is this, yeah. So you can carry up to 4 weapons at a time, and this is the one that we just made, so let's just put that one on the list here, and we'll try it out. It's made with better materials than any of my other weapons, so it ought to be somewhat decent, I would think. So it might be, like, faster. Yeah, actually, if you do hit the environment, like if I bounce off this rock here, I think, if you look in the bottom right, that 313, you can see hitting terrain like that does reduce durability, but if I hit this cart here instead, it's fine. And you do want to destroy things like this, because sometimes you'll find, like, resources in them. But yeah, let's come down here. See if we can kill one of these guys. There's a parry system. There's a dodge system. The blue bar. The blue bar is going to be my my stamina. And you can see as I swing, it requires more stamina. But if you hold block, you can get your breath back really fast, your stamina back, which is cool. Now, there was like a kind of mini boss guy down here, but I already killed him, so I can't really show you that. So far, hitting guys in the face has been pretty effective. This guy's not paying attention, so we can just power attack him from behind, and that'll pretty much do him, I think. So yeah, there are power attacks. You just hold the button down, and I guess you do some more damage. You can see once you're out of stamina, though, you gotta recharge, or else you're not gonna be very effective. Yeah. So I guess what do we go out here? I haven't really done much out here. Oh yeah, there's critters out here. You can smush those, I'm pretty sure, because there's an option to turn off hurting them. So there you go. I just got like some iron out of that barrel there. You can sprint as well. I'm just kind of taking my time here. Then up here, I know that there's a couple guys up here, like this undead guy. We're kind of in like a a zone that's controlled by a necromancer. Yeah, there's a guy. These invisible guys. You can kind of see him. There you go. There's a proper parry. There we go. I haven't actually really fought one of these guys yet. Not properly anyway. I kind of just been sneaking up on them. There's their zombos. Looks like they're all coming. Here, why don't we try the hammer? Smush. You can hit multiple guys as well. Just like that. There you go. Out of juice. We gotta get our breath back. We can try our other. This is a longer sword that I made. Sword with a longer blade, just like the one that we made before, just with the 44-inch blade, I think it was. So it's got a little bit more reach. These guys not all that challenging. Guess if I kill enough of them, I'll get to make a claymore. So a great sword, which is pretty cool. I know there's another one of those invisible guys around here somewhere. Maybe I already killed him. Oh, there he is. I don't really have the timing down for proper, like, parries. Like, it's something I'll have to work on, I guess. Also, yeah, we can certainly just dodge as well, which is something you want to do for some kinds of enemies. Alright, I think, yeah, I'll do it for these guys. Let me see if I can show you, like, a boss fight of some kind here. I think there's a big guy out here. Also, yeah, we can pierce with the sword instead, which could be useful depending on the enemy that you're fighting. Oh, yeah, before we get to this guy over here, though, we do have like our healing item at the bottom there. We haven't taken enough damage for me to want to use it just yet, but in the bottom left you can see that 3 out of 3 with the green thing. So there's sort of yeah, like some rechargeable healing, and if we go back to a forge like the one we were at, we can rest and refill that, and enemies will respawn and stuff. So it's sort of like a bonfire in Dark Souls. We can travel between forges as well. I wouldn't really call this game like a Soulsy type game, although the combat is fairly challenging.
I need that so.
And yeah, we also got this guy.
You'll give me a heart attack one of these days.
A swift kick up the arse, more like.
These two seem to have quite the relationship, even though nothing's happened in the game so far, really. Yeah, but Atso here can give you some info about, like, different kinds of enemies and stuff like that. And I think that's mostly what all he does. Really, is he's there for telling you about the world, and you can converse with him about various things. The story in the game is basically like there's some evil queen and she turned all the steel to stone for some reason, and we're gonna go kill her. that's the gist so far. But yeah, let's come in here. Oh, I did not realize there was a guy there. There we go. We'll try a couple of those. We'll do a little piercing stance here, maybe. There you go. Yeah, you can see my weapon durability is quite low. I think if it gets down to like 100, it can break. But you can sharpen to at least restore the edge on your blade. That does take durability, though. So, you want to use it sparingly, I think. I'll give it a try here, though. So there you go. Now we're at 91 weapon durability, but some of our stats went up a bit for the integrity of, like, our edges. Let's go ahead and heal here. And we'll try this sword that we got out and made. See if we can kill this guy up here. I have some doubts, but I'll do my best. Yeah, there he is. I think he'll come down here if he sees me. I don't think there's any way for me to get up there. I probably have to go around. If I do this, maybe I can get his attention. You can alert enemies like that sometimes, I know. Like if you smash some barrels. There we go. I think I got his attention. So this guy's a little different. He's a little tougher. It's going to require some... Oh! Some gameplay. I didn't actually realize he would attack Otso. That's interesting. Definitely don't want to fight him in the cave, though. Need to be able to maneuver a bit. So there you go. You can see he does a lot of damage, even if you block. So you probably just want to dodge if you can. He just shat in his hand and threw it at me. Still getting used to the controls a bit as far as the dodging sometimes. There we go. Let's get some breath back. Oops, didn't mean to go. Alright, these guys, he'll regenerate if I don't do that. And now he's got a little bit of a different pattern, potentially. Oh no, he grew his head back immediately. But yeah, you can chop his head off and he will still be very alive. Alright, we gotta get some stamina back here. Oh, there we go. Let's see if we can keep that head chopped off a bit here. But you can see, even headless, he's still... Oh! He can still do some unkind things to us. But his pattern's changed a bit. There you go. I'm a little surprised we killed that guy first time. Got some resources out of that as well. That guy will not respawn. But like a lot of the little guys that we killed, like those zombos and the invisible guys, those guys will respawn if we go rest. And yeah, I'm not actually sure how to get up here. But I'd say our sword performed pretty well there. Oh, there's a chest up there you can see. Yeah, there are like some upgrades that you can get. Like, you get 4 of these gems, you get some extra HP. I think I already found 4 of these stamina gems. I also found one of these. So this is like a little bit of a talent tree, sort of. That lets you make your weapons a little bit more durable, basically. Or more repairable, I guess. Be a better way to describe that. So if I wanted to make like my polearms and spears a little bit hardier, I can go ahead and grab that, and then presumably that'll unlock these ones out here. Maybe I have to get this other one first. I'm not sure. There you go. There's that. Oh, hang on. Oh no, that was Adso. Yeah. There's a prompt when you can like climb up stuff. So I guess to get up there, we got to go around somehow. We'll run around out here for a bit though until I die, or maybe until we find a forge or something. There's a couple other things that I think are worth checking out. Let's see if we can go get that chest real quick. Oh yeah, right up here maybe. Oh, what's this?
Have you seen that corpse?
It's a cursed paladin of the Aurora. If we find their name, we can free their soul.
Interesting. Yeah, there's like little things like this all over the place. We passed by like a sort of like a stone obelisk on our way out here. And no idea what those are for yet. I can actually show it to you on the map, I think. It's like this thing here. Forger's Totem. No idea what that's for. Well, we should be able to get that chest, I think. Yeah. So here. There you go. Another health gem. We actually got a little bit of a refresh from that, which is nice. Those, of course, will not respawn. Also, yeah, there's like this weird stream of mist out here, or whatever the hell this is. I've been trying to figure out what that goes to. You can see it keeps going in the distance there. I assume it's leading us to something. I've also been seeing like some blue spirit people hanging around here and there. Not sure what's going on with them. It's just... I keep wanting to hit the... oh, wow, that guy does a lot of damage. I keep wanting to hit the R buttons to attack. Just... out of memory from other games, I guess. But, yeah, it's not how you do it in this game. That's why it takes a little bit of getting used to, I think. I do enjoy the hammer, though, just because it's really satisfying to just smash a dude's skull. There you go. Yeah, like this guy. I don't think that'll ever get old. You can also do it from a different angle, I suppose. Like this guy, do it from below. There you go. This guy from the side. Oh, I missed. I gotta get some stand back here. Ooh, did not know that that would happen. Yeah, he was ducking, so I missed him completely. Just like that. Interesting. So you got to think about the enemy's position a little bit as well. Ooh, yeah, there's a camp down here. We could try. These guys will probably die attempting this because I don't have any more healing, but let's just see how it goes, I guess. See if I can get their attention, maybe draw them out. Let's try the spear. Oh, shit. Alright, well, we're definitely gonna die now. Actually, those guys will probably back off. Use that reach to our advantage a bit here. Try to, anyway. Whew, okay. Yeah, we'll try these guys.
You're no match for my sword.
Okay, pal. Okay, there's one. Seems like, yeah, they don't want to come out from the camp. Okay. Ow, my face. Ooh. 5 HP left. I think there's still like one really big guy over here though that I'm probably not going to be able to kill. That's my guess. Because I think he's got like a mini boss as well, but we can give it a try. I want to switch to piercing stance here because I think... Actually, yeah, maybe I can show this to you if I can sneak up on this guy a bit. So you can see that he was all green there. If I switch to slashing, orange means we'll do damage, but we won't be doing as much damage as we could. Whereas if we switch to the hammer, similar situation. The hammers, or the bludgeoning damage is based on like enemy size, I guess. So like this hammer wouldn't have done shit to the troll. At least not in its normal form. Maybe if it turned to stone to like regenerate or something, but normal attacks would just bounce right off, or when it was in its normal form. There is an option to, like, if you don't want to see this outline or you want to change it, how obvious it is, you can Do something like that, maybe. Let's see how that looks. Yeah. I can also make it just be always on. Or you can turn it off entirely. It's probably not a good idea until you really know the game, though. But yeah, you can kind of see he's all orange now. Whereas if we switch back to this guy, and then switch to stabbing, we will be in a lot better shape here. He does have a chest there. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, these guys go wild once you do enough damage to them. So this is what happens when you die. Your weapon turns to stone and you lose it where you died, basically. As far as I know, you don't lose any other resources. So that's good. So now if we wanted to, we can come back over this way and just like smack this guy real quick for fun. There you go. Get another charge off for whatever reason. And we'll go through and we can get our sword back. There you go, there's that guy. It's definitely possible to like bonk off the terrain, so your weapon strike does matter. Oh yeah, these hammers are just endlessly satisfying. Alright, we're out of breath here. So let's run back. Maybe we can try that one boss one more time. Just to see how it goes. Just want to be careful of the some of the enemies out here. We know there's some invisible guys. Okay. Probably want to slash these guys. Yeah, so we can do stuff like that. You can also kind of chain attacks together a bit. Oop. Yep, careful of that guy. There we go. Get our breath back. I just want to get this one last guy out of here like so, if I can target him. Hey, enemies don't always get fully staggered, so if you get too aggressive, they will smack you. Alright, let's switch to maybe back to this. Let's try going in maybe through this way. Oh, another one of these guys, huh? Fair enough.
Great, I'll read them later.
There you go, he's just letting us know that there's some info in the bestiary we can check out. I haven't really looked at it at all. But there's probably some interesting tidbits in there, lore-wise, or maybe for combat tactics, etc. Let's see if we can get these guys out of here.
Surrender to my sword.
Oh, shouldn't have done that. Well, there's a parry that I did by accident. There we go. Oh, and another guy. We got the big guy's attention as well. Alright, that's Adso. Alright, let's get the spear out. Ooh, baby. Alright, yeah, heal up. He's getting pissed. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my Just trying to create some distance here.
For the Queen!
Alright. Ooh, that hurt. Okay, well, I tried. Those guys are pretty tough. There are difficulty settings, so if I'm playing on the highest one that's available when you start the game, Steel difficulty, but there are 2 lower ones that you can try out if that's something that you're interested in. But yeah, that's the gist. There is actually one other thing that maybe I'll show you. This is back in the village I kind of already went through here. So if we come over here to the forge, and then travel, there are these like statues. So let's see if we can get to one of them. I mean, this isn't a very long trip, but might be slightly closer to where we want to go. Alright, so let's go back to the map. I'll put a little marker right there. And then the compass tells us that, yeah, it's right over there. You can see the marker there as well. There is fall damage in the game. I think we can survive this, though. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I've definitely done longer drops than that, except actually it looks like gonna have to go around maybe this way. Alright. I don't know what happens when you die when you already have a weapon out. Oh, I didn't see this guy. Okay. Still a couple guys up here, of course. Yeah, our spear doesn't do quite as much damage, so couldn't one-shot that guy, unfortunately. Having some blocking difficulties here. There we go, there's that. Alright, we should be able to get to this guy now. So if we try to interact with these statues...
It doesn't work.
The statue will only recognize a weapon of the same type it's showing you.
Yeah. Oh, that's not what I wanted. So if we go to here and get our sword out... There you go. We got some new sword parts that we can play around with. So now if we go back to our forge, we should... Ooh, I think there's a guy on me, maybe? No. Just random combat music. So yeah, if we go back to the forge, we should have some new parts to work with for our swords. So we'll come over here. And yeah, you can see like one of those little icons under the sword there is lit up. So I found one for spears already as well. Looks like there's 4 for those. There's 2 for this kind of sword maybe, or maybe it's all swords. I'm not really sure. What if we wanted to make another sword? Just for fun here. We still have the same blade options. The material options I don't think are going to change. So we can just switch out all this stuff, I guess, like that. It's like this is all the same. This, I think, is the same. Oh, here we go. We've got a new pommel option. So now we can make a sword with a small pommel instead of a medium one. And that changes the balance, I guess. Pushes it sort of out toward the blade a bit. I'm not exactly sure how balance and speed affects the combat. I'd really have to play more to have an intelligent opinion about that. But, yeah, so there you go. We can make another sword like that. And, put a bigger blade on it, I guess. If we wanted to. I'm not gonna make another sword right now. We can also look at like a different weapon, like a spear that we could make. So, yeah, I got some different heads I can use now. I've got a hold head. Whereas normally I think I could just do the normal head. I feel like I didn't have access to flame before either. Before I found the spear statue. But, sure, let's make a hold head. And, yeah, we leave all the steel the same. I think that's fine. And we can change the sort of properties of the cross section. Instead of making it reinforced, we can make it a little bit lighter with a regular shaft. And then I haven't found any different kinds of wood yet, but there's a few, apparently. So I'm just going to go with the regular. And then, yeah, there you go. Make a new spear. So in this case, we can actually get to 5 forge stars, potentially. I think we can skip that cutscene and just go straight forward here. So yeah, let's see if we can forge this spearhead real quick. Trying to think, yeah, something like that probably. Just kind of trying to get this shape somewhat correct here. Pretty good. Yeah, you don't have to like get it exact, obviously, to get max quality. But there you go. There's a new spear that I made. And I think we'll skip the cutscenes here. What are we gonna call it? Umvo. How about Mac Volar? Sure. So there you go, new spear. The only other thing I wonder about, yeah, is just like weapons breaking. I wonder about. So if I wanted to say repair this guy, that'll be its last star. So it looks like we can recycle stuff if we want to. So I could get rid of this sword if I wanted to, and get some materials back. But I'm just curious if we come over here and we like, unless it's here. I don't think so. Yeah, this isn't really what we want. I thought that there was a way to like reforge weapons once they're broken. So I'm just going to see if we can show that off real quick. All right. Yeah, let's just smash this on the wall a bit. Let's see. Travel, go to the forge, repair, recycle, rest. Maybe that's something that unlocks later in the game. Or maybe you have to have a weapon actually break. That would take a while to do. You saw, I mean, the weapons, you know, they seem to last a decent amount of time. And you can repair them a fair amount of times as long as you do a good job forging them. So, it's not a huge hassle to have your weapons break. Certainly, I would say it's not as bad as it is in something like Breath of the Wild. Or I guess Tears of the Kingdom is the more modern example. But, yeah, it's still something that you need to pay attention to, though. Just as you fight enemies. Anyway, yeah, I guess think that'll do it for this little showcase here. I think it's a pretty cool game. I'm glad I got a chance to check it out here. It kind of flew under my radar up until like a couple weeks ago. And yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out some more of the world here. Seems like there is a decent amount to explore. So yeah, a lot of opportunities to make some cool weapons and then hit people in the face with them. It's hard to ask for much more than that. Anyway, yeah, this is Blades of Fire, and I'll see you next time.